Hi, my name is Pamela Ryan with PJR Consulting, and I want to welcome you to my new channel, PJR Career Stages, Question of the Day. So I've learned that when people embark on putting together their career package or their job search package, they don't always know, or they have a ton of questions of what needs to be included, what type of information needs to be provided. I have conversations like this almost daily. And so I decided to collect the questions and thought maybe I'd create a channel where I could share the information. These questions are pretty general and the responses might have different perspectives than what you were expecting. So I do have an ask of you, and that is if you go and review a response and you need a different perspective, just could you message me, let me know, and we can then give you a different perspective. I can put together a different perspective, or I can respond to another question that you may have. And this way we can really share this information with the community. You can find the links below of how to message me or how to my website or any of my social media sites. So I'd really appreciate it if we go that way. So for our first question of the day, and this is our very first question, we're going to address what is the difference between your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and do you need both? So your resume is really designed to be a reverse chronological representation of your career, background, your history, education, your technical abilities, all organized in a way that's really needed by the people for the jobs that you're applying for. So that job type or role that you're applying for and what the hiring team is asking for. So we need to kind of consider that, which brings me to, it's really who is the audience that you're targeting your resume for. So your resume is really for the hiring team. So who is that? I mean, it has to go through stages because our goal is to get you the interview you deserve. So we need it to get through recruiters, executive search. We need it to get through, the HR team, maybe the chief HR officer, if that's appropriate, or executive leadership, if that's appropriate, the hiring manager, or experts that work with the hiring manager, if that's part of the review process. So again, it's also going to depend on the company you're applying for. So we need to make sure that the resume that's being prepared is addressing their needs. So again, like any proposal you might create, your resume needs to address their concerns, not necessarily everything you'd want them to know. So let me say that again. It needs to address their concerns, not necessarily everything you'd want them to know. The LinkedIn profile is really intended for kind of a different network. So it is intended for your network. You have the opportunity to build groups, network with people, get visibility depending on what you're building the profile for. So you may really want to be establishing yourself as an expert in your field. So you want to be talking with people. If you go on panels and discussing different types of panels or groups that you would be establishing yourself as an expert, you'd want to make sure that they have the ability to understand where your expertise is, but also where your passion is, what you want to do, what expertise you really want to convey. So we want to make sure that's there. Does LinkedIn have the ability to apply for jobs? Yes, it does. So we want to make sure that your skills are being communicated to the appropriate level of the type of role that you would be applying for. I've worked with a lot of different people in a lot of different industries and in a lot of different, federal to commercial, that type of thing. What I find is a lot of people they're very proud of skills they've developed. They take a lot of certifications, which they think may help them. But what they forget to realize is that they're applying for roles that client that they're applying to or the company that they're applying to is looking for a certain set of skills. And so what we need to make sure is that the skills you're communicating or the skill sets that you're communicating address the jobs you're applying for or the job that you want to apply for. So while you may have an extensive skill base, your LinkedIn profile may not be able to demonstrate your ability to do everything you've ever learned. A good example is myself. I started my career as a computer programmer. That is not what I do today at all. So it is not beneficial for me to put all the programming languages I know or that I am a computer programmer even on my LinkedIn profile because it's not what I do and it's not the direction I want to go in. It is not my passion and it's not the expertise that I want to convey. So just something to think about as you go forward. So again, it's what the information is that you want to convey and the expertise. Now, the question goes back to, are both needed as part of your career package? Is this something you want to deliver to people? You want to have both available as part of your career package? And my answer to you every time is going to be yes. There is no question. You give somebody a resume, 9 times out of 10, the first thing they're going to do is go to your LinkedIn profile and check and see what that says. You are going to want to build a network. If you apply for jobs through LinkedIn, you need a LinkedIn profile. You just can't do it without it. So you are always going to want to have both. And then again, I go back to that skill set. When you're applying and you need a skill set, LinkedIn, the jobs you're applying for need to make sure you have those skills. So you need to have the connection that runs through it. So these are important things. So that always need to be recognized is the different audiences that are required, that each delivers to. The resume, again, is really for the hiring team and probably has a lot more detail than a LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile is probably addressing a skill set for a targeted role that you're going towards. So while the two have a lot of similar information, the targeted audiences are different. Okay, and so we need to make sure that everything complements, but yet you're addressing the audiences you need to in the right fashion. So again, every time, yes, you need to have both as part of your career package. So one thing, please, if you like the information we're sharing on this channel, please subscribe, hit notify for any future videos and responses that you can get, and hit like. And please, if you'd like to get a different perspective on videos, send me or message me on my website, and then we can make sure we're getting the new perspectives or new questions answered and responses to you. Thanks, and have a great day.